BTS news today. The question has echoed through the fandom for years. Jikook forever? It rises and falls like the tides, resurfacing every time Park Jimin and Jungkook appear in the same frame. Every time their laughter intertwines like a shared secret only they seem to understand. But tonight, the question felt heavier than usual. Rumors of new relationships have begun circulating across the digital world, stirring quiet panic, hopeful denial, and a surge of longing for the memories that made millions believe in them in the first place. That BTS may be global icons, but behind the spotlight, there are moments, tiny, fleeting sparks, that fans hold as evidence of something deeper between the two youngest members. The way Jungkook's eyes soften when Jimin speaks. The way Jimin instinctively reaches for Jungkook during the loudest cheers or the hardest days. These aren't scripted scenes in a music video, though some might argue they're even more cinematic. Tonight, online communities once again find themselves replaying those memories. Not to fuel delusion, but perhaps to shield themselves from the uncertainty. Because it's easy to question the present when the past feels so unforgettable. Scrolling through countless clips that have resurfaced, fans whisper their own interpretations. Some do it with affection, others with conviction. They were soulmates, one comment reads, accompanied by a slowed video of Jungkook brushing invisible dust off Jimin's shoulder, his eyes tracing the lines of Jimin's face a little too long for comfort. Look at him. That is not just friendship. But rumors don't sleep. They crash in uninvited, especially when silence is the only official response. New relationships? New lives apart. The idea alone threatens something sacred the fandom has guarded for years. Because if Jikook isn't real anymore, then what was all of that? No one has answers. Not yet. Still, the story begins, as it always does, with a memory that it was Busan, Jungkook's hometown, years before the stage lights multiplied into millions. They weren't legends yet, just two boys, hands tucked in coat pockets, trying to keep warm against the sea breeze. Jimin teased Jungkook about walking too fast, blaming his long legs. Jungkook shrugged but slowed down without saying a word. A small gesture, a quiet consideration. Fans revisit that moment now, searching for the spark that first lit everything on fire. Then came the London train incident, a moment fans have named like a chapter in a novel. Crowds pushed in every direction. Chaos, flashing lights. But amid it all, Jungkook's hand found Jimin's wrist. Tight, protective, as if losing him in that moment would be worse than any headline. The clip reappears tonight, flooding timelines and timelines again. Look how he holds him. Another fan writes, voice practically trembling even through text. That grip says everything. But the world has changed since then. Fame has a way of turning people into mysteries, even when they've spent a decade sharing their lives with millions. And so, as rumors of new romantic connections swirl around both of them, fans cling tightly to scenes like these, hoping they weren't just coincidences crafted by fate without follow-through. Is it possible to move on from something that was never officially confirmed? Or is that exactly why letting go feels impossible? Every love story needs certainty. Jikook has never offered that luxury, just a library of gestures that feel more intimate than words could ever be. Tonight, the fandom leans into nostalgia as though it can anchor the heart against the storm of speculation. Screens glow with old footage from behind-the-scenes rooms where Jungkook would effortlessly lean toward Jimin, as if his body simply knew its resting place. Screens replay Jimin fussing over Jungkook's hair, smoothing it down gently, like a quiet claim in disguise. They were moments that made the world stop, not because they were loud or dramatic, but because they were real. Yet real doesn't always mean permanent. As the conversations intensify, some fans wonder if the new rumors are just another test. Others fear they might be the truth. And deep down, no matter how many times they replay those memories, a fragile question remains. If those looks, those smiles, those silent touches were once everything, what are they now? No one knows yet. But the world is watching again. And this time, they're holding their breath. Because if love like that ever truly existed, could it really be replaced? Not tonight. Not without a fight. Rumors have a strange way of rewriting the present. The moment new names begin to hover near Jungkook and Jimin, strangers to the long-time story the fandom has memorized, doubts creep in like shadows stretching across a familiar room. Some say Jungkook has met someone new while working abroad. Others whisper that Jimin has quietly opened his heart to someone outside the spotlight. The internet is a wildfire. A single spark turns into a burning forest in seconds. Yet, whenever these rumors intensify, there is always a counterforce. Memories too strong to surrender. Tonight, fans pull out a story that has been treasured for years. Tokyo, 2017. A simple night walk for most, but for many, it was a revelation. The two of them strolling under neon lights, cameras off, stage personas left behind. Just Jungkook and Park Jimin, two young men sharing the world as if they'd built it together. The image of Jungkook filming Jimin's back as he walked in that oversized coat has become iconic, almost holy in the unofficial scriptures of Jikook history. The way Jungkook's voice softened when he said Jimin's name. The way Jimin turned, smiling like he already knew he was adored. That video, fans argue, wasn't for us. It was for him. Love, after all, is most obvious when no one is supposed to be looking, and there were the famous midnight visits. Jungkook walking into Jimin's room without knocking, as if the boundary never existed. Jimin dragging Jungkook out of bed during late-night practices when exhaustion threatened to silence him. They have always moved like planets bound by a gravitational pull only they could feel. The internet revisits these memories with determination. Each clip is a message. We're not crazy. We saw what we saw. Tonight, the tension grows not from bitterness but from fear. Fear that the world they curated over the years, the story fans believed in, the unspoken language the two youngest shared, might stumble under the weight of new rumors. Because what happens when the past feels more real than the present? Some fans whisper a gentler possibility. Maybe this silence is not distance, but protection. Maybe what they had, or still have, deserves privacy after being magnified, dissected, and judged for so long. Jungkook once said he's the type to hold on, not let go easily. Jimin once admitted he blames himself when people he loves hurt. These confessions aren't just lyrics or interviews. They are pieces of a puzzle the fandom has been assembling for a decade. People don't unlearn where they've placed their heart. Not overnight. Not even with fame pressing against their ribs. But the heart also changes shape over time. Online debates grow more emotional. One group insists connections like theirs don't fade, they evolve. Another group cautiously wonders if growing up means learning to love differently, perhaps separately. And yet, every comeback, every reunion, every fleeting interaction somehow reawakens that familiar electricity. Like the universe itself refuses to let the flame die quietly. Jungkook finds Jimin in a crowd without searching. Jimin hears Jungkook's joke and laughs before anyone else even catches on. It's a choreography without rehearsal. A story without narration. People outside the fandom might call it coincidence.